Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the annual meeting of shareholders of Strathcona Resource Limited. My name is Adam Watrous, and I am the Executive Chairman of Strathcona and will act as Chair of the meeting. With me for the meeting is Connor Watrous, Chief Financial Officer of Strathcona, and Connie Vicancio, Chief Commercial Officer of Strathcona. I'm also joined by certain other Strathcona team members who are either shareholders or duly appointed proxy holders and will be acting as motioners and seconders for the meeting. The meeting will now come to order. During the course of this virtual meeting, registered shareholders and duly appointed proxy holders may vote by electronic ballot through the Lumi platform. If you have already voted by proxy, there is no need to vote again during the meeting. If you do vote again, your vote cast at this meeting will revoke your prior vote. Registered shareholders and duly appointed proxy holders may submit questions at any time during the meeting. If you wish to submit a question during the meeting, select the messaging tab on the Lumi platform, type your question within the box at the top of your screen, and click the send arrow. Questions asked related to the business of the meeting will be answered in the order received for each item of business. Now for the formal business of the meeting. With the consent of the meeting, Lindsay Hoffer of Blake, Castles and Graydon, LLP, will act as Secretary of today's meeting, and Nazim Natu of Odyssey Trust Company will act as scrutineer. Notice of this meeting, the Management Information Circular, and a form of proxy were sent on March 23rd, 2026 to shareholders of record as of March 6th, 2026, and to the directors and auditors of Strathcona. I will ask the Secretary to file the declaration of meeting of those materials with the minutes of this meeting. The scrutineer has advised that a quorum is present. I direct the Secretary to ensure that the formal report of the scrutineer on the quorum be attached to the minutes of this meeting. As due notice of the meeting has been given and a quorum is present, I declare the meeting to be properly called and constituted for the transaction of business. For those that are entitled to vote at today's meeting and have not already submitted a proxy, voting will be conducted by an electronic ballot for each voting matter. If you are a registered shareholder or a duly appointed proxy holder and have not yet voted, you may vote at any time during the meeting by clicking on the voting tab at the top of your screen and selecting your vote for each ballot. The polls will remain open until discussion, if any, has concluded on all items of business of the meeting. I now declare the polls open and will proceed with the matters under consideration at this meeting. The first item of business is to receive the consolidated financial statements of Strathcona for the year ended December 31st, 2025, together with the auditor's report thereon. Copies of such financial statements were mailed to shareholders who requested those materials, and additional copies are available electronically on Strathcona's website and on SEDAR+. The next item of business is the election of directors of Strathcona. The number of directors to be elected at this meeting is 9. The corporation's nominees are individuals described in the Management Information Circular, all of whom are current directors of Strathcona. May I have a motion on the election of these 9 nominees as directors of Strathcona?
I move that the 9 nominees described in the Management Information Circular be elected as directors of Strathcona until the next annual meeting of shareholders or until their successors are elected or appointed.
I second the motion.
Thank you. Ms. Hoffer, are there any questions on this motion?
Mr. Chairman, there are no questions on this motion.
Thank you. If you have not already done so, you may cast your vote on this resolution, and we will proceed to the next matter. The next item of business is the appointment of auditors. It is proposed that Deloitte LLP be appointed as Strathcona's auditors. May I have a motion on the appointment of Deloitte LLP as the auditors of Strathcona?
I move that the firm of Deloitte LLP, independent registered public accounting firm, be appointed auditors of Strathcona until the next annual meeting of shareholders or until their successors are appointed.
I second the motion.
Thank you. Ms. Hoffer, are there any questions on this motion?
Mr. Chairman, there are no questions on this motion.
Thank you. If you have not already done so, you may cast your vote on this resolution. That concludes the items of business set out in the notice of meeting. If you are a registered shareholder or duly appointed proxy holder and have not submitted your votes on any matters, please do so now. We will pause briefly to permit voting before closing the polls on all items. The line will go silent for about 30 seconds while we allow for votes. Thank you for waiting. I now declare the polls are closed. I have been advised that the scrutineer has completed the tabulation of votes for all resolutions. With respect to the election of directors of Strathcona, I'm advised by the scrutineer that each of the proposed nominees has been duly elected. With respect to the resolution to appoint the auditors, I'm advised by the scrutineer that the resolution has been approved. The detailed voting results will appear in the press release to be issued today, as well as on SEDAR+. The formal items of the business, as set out in the notice of meeting, have now been dealt with. As there are no further business, may I have a motion to terminate the meeting?
I move that this meeting be terminated.
I second the motion.
I now declare the meeting terminated. I would like to thank you for attending the annual meeting of Shareholders of Strathcona. This concludes the meeting.